Hello again, and welcome back to Illegally Cited. This is Jesse, and it is that time. It is a low vision spotlight, kind of an accessible game spotlight, because we are taking a look at the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. It is finally out on PC, Xbox, PlayStation, and Switch, and so you can choose whatever platform you wish. This is probably going to be a longer video because there's a lot to go through here. We're going to take just very brief looks at these things. It's not really going to be a deep dive of any particular game. I just want to show you a little bit of the comparison, give you my thoughts as far as like the control responsiveness on some of the games, and I want to talk a little bit about the accessibility of this collection, or sadly the lack thereof when it comes to blind accessibility, because there unfortunately is no menu narration or anything like that for the menus, the move lists, or anything like that. Now keep in mind, this is not a NetherRealm project. This is Digital Eclipse. They do some fine work. I love what they do. You know, this is in the same line of Atari 50, the Karateka collection, the Jeff Mentor thing. You have your interactive, it's not just the games themselves, it's the interactive timeline, and you get videos and artwork and brochures and like prototype thing, like all kinds of cool stuff that
Community Hub.
It's all about the history and preserving the games, not just the games themselves, but like why they were important at the time and how they impacted the industry and the making of. I love these things, but I'm very sad to say that there is no blind accessibility. I'm playing the Steam version here. You notice I have NVDA up here because we'll do a little bit of OCR on a full screen so I can show you some stuff. And they knew about people wanting accessibility, specifically blind accessibility, because I've seen a few posts from shout out to Rattlehead. He was involved with making MK1 as accessible as it is, and he reached out to Digital Eclipse, especially over EVO this summer, the fighting game tournament EVO, and he asked and requested specifically about blind and low vision accessibility. And unfortunately, from what he said, from what I saw in his posts, they were kind of dismissive at best and just kind of like puzzled, like, wait, blind people aren't going to play this, are they? But as we all know, fighting games are some of the most, in their inherent design, they've been some of the most accessible mainstream games over the years. I've talked several times about my friend Joe and I playing Mortal Kombat 2 in the dorms when we were at the School for the Blind for a week or so. I had friends who owned the Super Nintendo, or mainly the Genesis version of Mortal Kombat 1 and 2. I had friends who had them. I never did because, like I said, my parents, we had a Nintendo, an 8-bit NES, but after I got super hooked on that, my parents were like, like hell, we're going to buy you a Super Nintendo or Sega Genesis, because you're addicted as it is, which, okay, fair enough, but so I had to live vicariously through my friends. But yeah, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, these fighting games, these are games that blind people could play, especially if they could have somebody, help them learn the move lists and stuff. We got this cool Mortal Kombat logo here, Legacy Collection, or Lightning and Thunder, like a hit A. So we're gonna save the games for last. I'm gonna go through some of the periphery stuff, some of the really cool stuff that makes this a Digital Eclipse game what it is. So normally you start out and you're kind of just on the timeline. This is organized a little bit differently, which is in a way kind of nice, especially for blind players who want to just get into the games. So on your main menu, it's a vertical menu. You have play. Then you have the crypt. This is where all your documentary and music player and stuff is. I'll go there in a moment. You have combat card. This is kind of just like your personal stats kind of a thingy. And then you have some global options, your options screen, and then quit. So we're not going to go to play just yet. We're going to go to our crypt, which is the second option down. I should also mention that the menus do wrap, so when you get to the bottom, it will cycle back up to the top. And I know that's something simple that Digital Eclipse could do, is to prevent that, so that when you hit the bottom, you'll hear like a clang, or it'll stop moving. And that does help blind players orient, because then you know where you are. You know, if you're at the top of the menu, the bottom, and you can count your way down the menus if they're not going to add menu narration, text-to-speech post-launch. But under our crypt option here, the crypt, we have our documentary, which I'll go to in a second. We have combatants, and I'll talk about that shortly too. And then music players. So let's jump into the documentary here. Here is where your timeline stuff. This is where a normal Digital Eclipse menu would start you, because it's all about the preservation, the documentary, the history. And we start out with a vertical menu of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different pieces of the timeline. I'm going to hit A on the first one. And now we go to like a horizontal timeline. So we start out, now I can do OCR here with NVDA.
Recognizing, result document, chapter I. Prepare yourself, play mess, back. Mortal Kombat is more than a fighting game, it's a full-blown phenomenon that changed the course of gaming history.
Yep, it
Mortal
sure
Kombat
is.
Legacy
So
Collection.
there's not really a lot of text on a lot of these. It's usually a paragraph or two. But now I can go to the right, and now I can do an OCR again, and I will get another...
Chapter I. Prepare yourself, now entering combat, play mess, back. Have you heard of this game Mortal Kombat? From passion project to global sensation, Mortal Kombat has shocked, inspired, and thrilled players for more than 3 decades.
Yes, it has, and damn, I feel old.
A play 6 DEO.
Yep, and so it says play, so this is actually
Mortal
a
Kombat
movie
Legacy
clip. I'm
Collection.
not going to play the full thing, but I'll just hit A.
You heard of this game, Mortal Kombat? What is Mortal Kombat? It's like Street Fighter, but you can fucking kill people.
Jeff Gersman. I love it. Sorry, audio ducking there with NVDA.
The first game truly was like an expression of who we were at the time, the stuff that we consumed growing up as kids.
All right, so we'll back out of that just so I don't get any copyright crap on the video. But again, this is the stuff that I'm super excited to check out, because we're going to hear from John Tobias, Ed Boon, probably some of the stunt people who, because again, remember the cool thing about Mortal Kombat, especially the first few games, was that they used mocap and actual like digitized sprites of actual people. So it's going to be fascinating. Now, the other thing about the timeline, you keep going left and right here, but sometimes, you know, you hear the little whoo, whoo. That's them going sideways. But when you're going to the right, you might want to try hitting down. Can't do anything there, but if I hit right again, now on this one, you hear it go whoosh. So when I hit down, if there are, you know, you have across this timeline, when there's something to go into more detail about during that part of the timeline, you can hit down, and sometimes you can hit down multiple times, and you're going to get, you know, I could do OCR on each one of these screens. We got another little paragraph, and if I hit A on this particular one, it'll bring up a larger picture of this poster or whatever this is. So I can hit up again, and then I can hit right again. And, you know, so this is kind of the way the timeline works. Again, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, but that's sort of how this works. You've seen my other Digital Eclipse videos, like Atari 50, and check those out. But I'm very eager to look to dive into this. So our combatants, if I go back a couple of screens here under the crypt, so now we have just this huge list of every character that's in like the first 4 games, and even secret characters. So when I go into these, like I can hit A on the first one here.
Recognizing, result document, competence, Baraka.
We got Baraka.
Baraka. Play mess. Back. Baraka is the leader of the Tarkatans, a nomadic race of mutants who live in the outer wastelands of Outworld. Sadistic and brutal, Baraka serves Shao Kahn as one of the Emperor's most terrifying and merciless enforcers. One of the Emperor's most
All
cherished
right,
Mortal
so
Kombat Legacy
there we
Collection.
go. That's the overview screen. But then what they do is for each character, now that I'm in Baraka, just like the timeline, I can hit right, and any game that he was in. Now, he didn't start until Mortal Kombat 2. He was not in Mortal Kombat 1. So then we get a brief blurb of kind of his backstory in Mortal Kombat 2. And he was in Mortal Kombat 3, so we'll give him some screen on that. He was not in Mortal Kombat 4, so that's all we get. But if I go down to the second row here, and let's say I choose... Actually, let's go to the third row. Let's pick Raiden. So we got Raiden here. He's got Oh, okay, so he's got like... Yeah, the Sub-Zero. Okay, and then Mortal Kombat Mythology Sub-Zero even. We've got Mortal Kombat 1, Mortal Kombat 2, 3... 4, so he's in a lot of them, and like Jax, I think that was the Special Forces, so he'll have his own game. So that's sort of, if you want to read up on some of the characters, you can do that. Of course, your music player is pretty self-explanatory. Now you can use your left and right bumpers. It's not using left and right on the D-pad, but for some reason you have to hit left and right bumper, and you hear the whoosh. So now we're on like Mortal Kombat. I can hit A, and then this is like I can arrow up and down through the songs. But then if my right bumper again, okay, now we're on Mortal Kombat 2. I'll hit A, and so this is the arcade. I can arrow down. So yeah, really nice, high quality versions of these songs. Let's go to the right a little bit, and it's not just the. When we get into play here, I'll tell you all the platforms that we have, but we even have handheld stuff in here. This is gnarly. So like, let's say if I want to go to, I don't know, Mortal Kombat 1 for Game Boy. Listen to that crunchy. Wow. My friend had this, and you thought the Super Nintendo port was unresponsive? Oh, dilly bar. No, this thing was damn near impossible to do special moves in this version of the game. But we have like a Game Gear version. Oh, this is Mortal Kombat 2 for Game Boy. But we have, there's your Mortal Kombat soundtrack for Game Gear. But let's go back, because when I back out of here, there, we'll start that, and then we'll go back to the menu here. So those are the things under your crypt. Now this is where we're going to spend the rest of our time in this video. We're going to go under play, which is our first menu option when you start the game, and we have offline. Then you got below that you have quick match, and then you have online options. So if we're going to stay offline for the rest of this, but we're going to go here. And here are the games that we can play. Mortal Kombat 1, and these are horizontal. Once you go into play and you see play offline, you have a horizontal menu that says, so we got Mortal Kombat Arcade, we've got the Genesis, then the Super Nintendo version, then the Game Boy version, then the Game Gear version, and then we have Mortal Kombat 2 Arcade, Genesis, 32X version, Super Nintendo, Game Boy, and then we have Arcade Mortal Kombat 3, and Genesis Mortal Kombat 3, and Super Nintendo. And then we have Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. And then we have this really bizarre one, Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. It's another arcade version, but it was called the WaveNet version. Now, apparently, this was a version that it was super rare because not many people back in the early mid 90s had internet. But if you had a rare arcade that had internet access, you could have this arcade cabinet that could connect to other machines across, that were connected online. So that is, I've never seen this, so that'll be interesting to check out. We have Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 for Super Nintendo. Wait, did they not have the Genesis version of MK3? So then we got PlayStation Mortal Kombat Trilogy. I wish they had the N64 version. My friend of mine had that. And then we have, oh dear, the PlayStation version of Mortal Kombat Mythologies Sub-Zero. Oh, we'll get into that in a while. Let's see. Again, then we have an arcade version of Mortal Kombat 4. And then we have Mortal Kombat Special Forces for the PlayStation. And then they give us a few Game Boy Advance titles. We have Mortal Kombat Advance. We have Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, which no, we're not getting any of the PlayStation or Xbox version of Advance or of Deadly Alliance or Deception or anything like that. And then the last one we get here is Mortal Kombat Tournament Edition, which I think is based off of MK3. And then it loops back around to Mortal Kombat 1 Arcade. Now you can also use your left and right bumper and sort them, so like you can sort them by platform. Like I just want to look at the arcade versions or the Super Nintendo versions or the handheld. So now we're just going to go into some of these and do a really brief peek at them. So when you hit A on one of these platforms, you're brought to a menu where you can play the game, obviously, but then you can do like other settings. I'm going to turn magnifier on just for a moment. And each one of these is going to be a little bit different. So your main menu here, you got play, you got versus, if you want to do local. There's a training mode, so you can learn the moves. So that's a really welcome addition. Fatality Trainer, I will go and show you that in a moment. Controls, you can customize those. You can look at the flyers. And then game settings. And under game settings, you're going to have different things depending on whether it's a arcade or console or handheld version. My main complaint here is that the highlight is really kind of subtle, and even as a low vision player, it's hard to kind of see which one is being highlighted. Because it is sort of, I don't know, it just sort of blends in, it's sort of subtle. I wish the whole line was actually accented instead of just like the words. Let's go into settings here. So under here, we're going to have some of the same things, but again, depending on the platform, you'll have some different options. So we have difficulty, violence, blood, unlimited round timer, unlimited fatality timer, low blow, I'm not quite sure what that is, and then reset to default. So let's go ahead and let's do the fatality trainer. And all right, so we go in and I can choose my character. So let's say that I want Raiden. And we'll just, whoever. Okay, so on the left it says right, left, 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 X. Right, left, 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 X. Okay, we got... Oh. Zap him. Off with your head. Okay, so I could redo it, or I could hit down, and we could choose another character. Let's say I want to be Johnny Cage. So here we go, and then it'll give his, let's see what we got. Right, 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 X. Yep, uppercut his head off. Man, it's so funny watching these. I remember, like, people were just losing their mind, but these are so tame compared to what they are now. Okay, so now we can, or I'm going to go back a little bit here, and let's play the game. So, Mortal Kombat, we'll hit start. And let's be Liu Kang. And here you got your ladder. Oh god, those double matches of the first game. I hated that section. Uh-oh. Alright, got some fireballs, got some jump kicks in, some trips. Okay. Right down, left, up. Oops, I did that wrong. So you see how there's an option where I can have the move list in the upper left, or in the left side, so that's really kind of handy. Like if you can see well enough, you can see what your move for your character is, or you can pause it. Oh no. Scorpion just kicked my ass. Okay, less talking here. Ouch. And remember, these were meant to take quarters, so these are just going to be merciless. And the first game was never really about, like, super elegant gameplay. It always seemed a little sluggish, but it had the presentation. So that's Mortal Kombat 1. Now, on the PC version anyway, the weird thing is that you cannot seem to bring up your pause menu like this with the controller. I literally have to hit escape. Took me a while to figure that one out. So let's go ahead and quit out of this. Okay, so now that is Mortal Kombat 1. Let's check out the Genesis version really quick. Okay. You can kind of tell right away the Genesis sort of sound chip here. Oh, this is a Probe Entertainment joint. So now this one, because it's a console game, I went into this one briefly. So you can bring up, there's a cheat menu, and I don't know how my Xbox controller is laid out compared to a Genesis, but like, you know, remember you could do like ABAC, ABB for Abacab to get the blood code, or you had the dullard code. Again, I don't know how the Genesis controller maps, and I don't really have to care because I can literally just activate the cheat menu here. And come on, man, go in. This is... So there's your Mortal Kombat, and you see it said cheat enabled, and if I go down here, that's what I turned on. Like there was a code that you could do to do it. I think that's the dullard code. But yeah, so like you can change all sorts of different things in here. So we're just going to ignore that for now, and we're just going to play just so you can kind of hear some of the things. Now also keep in mind something I'm trying to pay attention to and I sort of forget. A lot of these games, this was when stereo was kind of just starting to become a thing. And so let's pay attention to some of these and see if they actually have stereo output. I think the arcade one did, but I should have been paying attention. So let's do Raiden. So you don't even get voices. Like you don't even get the announcer in the Genesis version. But what I will say is the Genesis version actually plays halfway decent. So, see, I think it's back toward. Yep. Wow, he's not even... I'm not even hearing the... Yeah, the sound on this one is just... The music is okay. Wow. But the sound effects are just hot garbage on this version. And, you know, again, at the end of the day, you want it to play well, right? You do. But the sound... Oh, I hear... That was really muffled. Come on, do the thing. Okay, well, we won. Alright, beat the first guy. And we'll see if I can beat the second one, but I'll probably die because I didn't change the difficulty or anything like that. Huh. Oh, no, let's trip him. Yeah, the sound effects seem pretty mono. Alright, well, we won that one. Boy, yeah, the sound on this is just, oof. I'm trying to remember what his lightning attack is. I did the charge, like the left and right dash, where he flies at you. But again, I can't pay attention to the buttons that are tiny over there and the screen, so I'm just kind of doing experimenting because I know generally how, you know, Mortal Kombat. Yeah, even like there's not a lot of impact sounds. There, we did a throw. Oh, I think he's gonna beat me. Oh, yep. Oh, he didn't even do a fatality on me. How rude. Alright, well, that is the Genesis version. Now let's check out the Super Nintendo version. Now this one sounded better, but the problem is I remember playing, my uncle had this, and it was so stiff. Like, the Genesis version played better, but this one was, ooh. This one was really bad as far as, like, had Goro punching the Acclaim logo. Yeah, this was an Acclaim outfit. It just was not that responsive. Alright, so I have not changed any of the options here, but we're just going to go in so you can hear. That sounds so much better. You know, voices are a little bit muffled, but you actually have voices there. That's good. We got our ladder. We'll hit A to skip it. Fight. Quit. No. Dude, quit. Wow. He just... Sub-Zero just pummeled the crap out of me. And he froze me. There we go. I was trying to do the thing. Man, if you let up for 1 second to try to do a move, yeah. I know I'm rusty. Kano. Oh, I don't even know what his moves are. I mean, I know what Liu Kang's are. I know some of Raiden's. I remember a couple of score. Well, the thing is, depending on the you know, like Mortal Kombat, like as they moved, as they you know, like the different games, the moves changed slightly. I know it used to be like back toward, and then it was like away, or yeah, they changed the moves over time for some of the people. But yeah, it's hard to get the special moves out on this version because it's just not as responsive. It's not horrible, but you have to be very deliberate about it. Even basic moves, like you kind of have to anticipate the timing more than you did. Okay, well, at least we won a round. It sounds better, I think. At least you get more voices and stuff. Seems mono sound, though, so you're not getting your separation, which is very helpful to blind players, of course. Oh, man, I got frozen. Finish him! Oh, you cowards, you're not even going to fatality me. Alright, so let's go ahead and we'll just quit that. Again, I just want to show you visually, audibly. Okay, now this I gotta see. Oh, God. You thought the Super Nintendo version was unresponsive? Behold the glory. Acclaim. Wow, that is really dim. It's black and white, but man. Remember the Game Boy soundtrack that we listened to earlier? My friend had this. So we don't even get all the characters. Let's see, I think we'll be Raiden. Okay. I mean, graphically it looks okay for what it is. But I'm not going to be able to do any... oh, dear God. You can literally almost count the front. The front... Holy balls. Wow. Okay, down. I'm trying to... you can't understand. This is fucked. It is so laggy. I literally hit like down to duck, and you can literally like count. Okay, I'm gonna hit down now, down now. That is how lag it is by the time I hit down, and when I say now, to when something happens. This is unplayable. And I'm on a wired controller, so there's not like a wireless, like this is, I mean, wow. I mean, this is cool to have for preservation's sake, just to see. Graphically, it's all right, but this is... it's a slideshow. Damn, son. Wow, this is... if I could do one move, I would be... yeah, no, you'd just go ahead and kill me. Yeah. Wow. I mean, presentation-wise, for a Game Boy, the sprites are actually huge. So, you know, there is some technical merit behind it, but it doesn't matter when you're at like 8 frames a second and the input lag on this is absolutely atrocious. I can't believe... let me try one more guy. I can't believe... so there's no like sound effects, hardly. There's no announcer. I mean, there's nothing. Oh, this is terrible. The lag on this is... it's stunning. Huh. How the heck? Because I remember my friend and I, we beat this one evening. How we did, I haven't the foggiest clue, because aside from seeing it now, I don't know that I ever want to play this ever again. This is garbage. I'm so glad it's here, though, because you guys need to behold this. And it's not blind friendly, because again, you're not hitting any sound effects. Even when it says fight, there's no indication like when you can start fighting. Oh no, I have to quit. This is not worth spending any more time. That is terrible. Let's see if the Game Gear supposedly is a little better. I never hardly knew anyone with a Game Gear. Okay, this is a probe joint again. Okay. Okay. Looks a hell of a lot better, and of course you had color. I'm not going to go into any of the other options here. Okay, so we can press start. What? Are you going to let me... let's be... oh, okay. Oh, and then it gives us a difficulty. Yeah, we'll do easy. Okay, I got our ladder. Liu Kang, okay. Yeah, you know, it's laggy. Actually... this is infinitely more playable. Holy balls, man. Yeah, it's a little choppy, and it's pixelated as all hell. But this is a... I would play this any day over the Game Boy version. Yeah, this is at least... So, I'm playing in Goro's Lair. If I remember correctly, they only had a couple of stages, so they kind of just took a couple and did... Come on. Oh, he beat me that time. Okay, Scorpion. Okay, how do I... Yeah, I have to figure out the moves for this, but... I mean, this is actually playable. Like, you could actually play this and not completely hate yourself. I still lost. I did win a round. But again, you're not getting the limitations of the hardware. You're not going to get a lot of feedback, especially as a blind player. These are here for novelty's sake alone and preservation. Like I said, I'm glad they're here. I'm very glad. So now we move over to MK2. This is my favorite. Like, I didn't get an MK3 as much, but Mortal Kombat 2, this was my jam. I never played it in the arcade much, but I had friends who had the Genesis and Super Nintendo versions of this. And remember, the Super Nintendo version was not neutered like the original was. You had blood and gore and everything, so they backed off. So let's check out the arcade version here. Yeah, Mortal Kombat 2. This is, oh man. Liu Kang. I love the announcer in this one. Yeah. This was such a huge step up. Let's see if they switched any of the moves. Okay, those are the same. Ow, Baraka, knock it off. No! Oh, wow. Baraka's just kicking my ass. There we go. Okay, now we have the high and low fireball. Man, I can't even block, like... I'm trying to do the dash, and oh, he threw me into the poison. Fatality. Okay. Well, that went well. Not. Alright, let's do Subby. So he should be down toward punch. Right? If you'd give me a second to... Yeah, okay, that was it. Yep. Down toward low... Oh, okay. You dodged it, you punk. Wow. Yeah, normal difficulty. If you let off, like, they do that little quick jab. I kind of want... Oh, nice. He even does a stage fatality, the spikes on the ceiling. Alright, cool. Well, you got to see a couple MK2 fatalities. But yeah, that's the arcade. Meant to be hard, of course. Let's check out the Genesis version. Acclaim. Now, I don't know the layout. I know there was a startup code for the Super Nintendo version when we get to it. I want to see if I can figure it out. Okay, start or options. We'll just do start. Yep, okay, so it doesn't even tell you who it is. But we're going to do Liu Kang. And that's the thing, is like the sound effects and even like the voices on Genesis you always had in most games. It was... That's just a super crackly lo-fi. But how does it play? Yep. Come on, man. There we go. Hey, we won a round. So it doesn't even tell, like, Liu Kang wins. Like, that's how primitive this is. Nice, I did the bicycle kick. I didn't know if I'd remember how to do that. Uh-oh, no, quit doing your stupid jabby punch. Hey, we won. I didn't get to do a fatality, but I won a round. That's a victory. Wow. Yeah. You're really not given a lot of audio feedback. And the sound definitely seems mono. Hey, I won another round. I mean, I don't mind the music of this. Like, there's a little bit more speech than there was in the first one, so that's good. What? Ah, come on, man. Okay. Oh, I don't have the code up. I don't know what the code. I don't know what the fatality is. But there you go, guys. That is the Mortal Kombat 2. Again, I just want to show you a little bit of these. The volume is all over the place on some of these. Now, let's look at the 32X version. I wonder how much... I have to imagine the sound on this is probably a little better. You probably get a little bit more graphics. Well, I don't know if the sound will be better or not. But you should have a little bit more rich color. Start. Yeah, we'll be looking... Oh, let's be Kung Lao. Yeah, I don't know. It might be a little clearer. At least now you know when you can start. Okay, how do I throw his hat? I don't have the move list up, so I'm just trying stuff. No, quit it, dude. Wow. I just got my butt kicked. And then you freeze me, Sub-Zero. Of course you did. I didn't have a time to get my attack off. Do a fatality. Up into the drink. Yep. Now I'm in the acid. Okay, so not really a lot of difference there. I mean, you can tell a little bit, but all right, let's go back out of that. Now, Super Nintendo. Okay, I'm gonna try. Let's see. If you hold L, R, B, and start. Or wait, yeah. Actually, let me try that again, because I think I did that wrong. Okay. L, R, B, and start. Man, I want to get that to work. Is there a way to just reset the console? Let's see. I'm holding it down. Nope, I can't get it to work. And again, I don't know what the layout is. It could be... Because, like I said, if you held LRB and start, Kentaro would come out and be like, "You weak, pathetic fool." And it would bash the Acclaim logo, I think. So again, just for consistency's sake. Liu Kang. And this one should respond a hell of a lot better than the first game did on Super Nintendo. Sound effects are a little muffled. Oh, this plays so much better than the first game does. It's so much more responsive. Indeed. Voyah! Ouch, Brock has still killed me. It was close. Almost had him. Let's try to jump kick him. Come on. Okay, we got him. I hate that quick jab. I did an uppercut. I think it's an uppercut when you do toasty. Okay, we beat him. Okay, at least I won one round. This is like, I love this version of the announcer. He's just this. When I think of Mortal Kombat, this is like the version of the announcer that I like, because he comments and it's just, you know, round 3. He just has that. There's so much more to it. Yep, end of the drink. Okay, well, there's a good comparison of Mortal Kombat 2. But now we get into the versions I've never played. I really want to see the handheld versions of this. Supposedly the Game Boy version, it plays a lot better than the first game did, which I can only hope, because the first one was absolutely dreadful. I still can't get over that. Yeah, okay, so start game or options. Let's just do start. I should go easy, but... Okay, we got Liu Kang. Nowhere near the amount of characters, but... I wish the contrast was a little better. Okay, so we got kicks. Actually, this is... Okay, and now that I had to figure out the moves here, so... Yeah, I actually did 2 special moves in a row. Wow. This is actually playable. Come on, do the thing. So playable, I actually beat the first guy. Let me check something here, because I want to see if I can change, especially for Game Boy, the contrast is so low. Move list, on screen, additional settings. Let's see if we get like a move list, rewind on face, Jade, face smoke. Okay, no, on screen, screen options. There's got to be a screen mode. Okay. Original. No, we'll do original. Filter, LCD off. Let's see what that does. And then we have... Okay, yeah, so let's turn this LCD filter off. Oh god, this is so much better. Oh wow. I can actually see what the hell I'm doing. Yeah, that LCD filter was hardcore. I highly recommend, if you're low vision, turn that off for the Game Boy games. You can actually see the damn thing now. Wow, okay. I was worried there, because yeah, this actually looks good. Like, for a Game Boy game, I'm genuinely kind of impressed. Uh-oh, no, don't you dare throw me. Come on. Come here, buddy. Uppercut you. I won 2 matches. Yeah, this is... infinitely more playable. Wow. I kind of want to go back, literally. I gotta go back to MK1 real quick on the Game Boy. And I just want to see it without the filter. Because then you'll be able to see... Yeah, so let me go here. And let me turn the... I want to turn the filters off. Screen options. Filter... Yeah, turn that shit off. That's horrible. Oh yeah, you can actually see it now. It's still going to be a laggy mess, but I just want to really quick see. Oh, it'll be Raiden, sure. I mean, look at this. Graphically, it's okay. But it is just so laggy. Okay, I'm gonna try to do a special move. Ha ha ha. No, it is. Yeah, you have to. I can't you can't. You can see how choppy it is, but you cannot understand the pure lagginess of it. This is incredible. But at least you can see it now. Okay, so that was worth knowing. Let's move on our journey here. So we had... Okay, Mortal Kombat 2 Game Boy. And then, okay, so now we're on Mortal Kombat 3. I kind of want... Like, I don't know... Let me... I'm not going to go into every version of MK3 because... We have MK3 and Ultimate MK3, and after 2, I didn't get into 3 as much, so I don't really know. I know Ultimate MK3 had some balance things. I think they had a few new characters, but Striker, choose your destiny. Oh, it's so good. Okay, I don't know Striker's moves, but... Okay, so right bumper is run. This had a dedicated run button. And if I were to play, if I were to really get into playing these... If you guys know of, like, a affordable, like a USB 6-button controller, I don't need a full gamepad, but I want, like, 6 face buttons, so I don't have to use L and R. If anyone knows of, if anybody knows of any affordable 6-button USB controls, I would be interested in that for this game. So let's try. This weirded me out. It's like you don't have the typical outfit that Sub-Zero had. Oh, okay, I did. Yep, I did the thing. I was trying to figure out how to do the floor attack. Suck it. Shao Kahn. Fight. Oops. Okay, that didn't work. And I don't have the fatality list up either, so I won't be able to do it, but hey, at least I beat one round. Or one match. Okay, so that's the arcade version of MK3. And let's see, we have the Genesis version, the Super Nintendo version, Let's see. I just want to look at what the difference of Ultimate is for the arcade, and then we'll look at the Super Nintendo and stuff. Because I want to get into the stuff that I have not played. Like the Game Boy Advance games, and I want to look at I just love the way he says that. Yeah, so we definitely have a couple more characters here. I don't know this guy's moves at all. Oh, there's his. I figured out his hat move. Come here, bitch. Come on. I love that demonic laugh.
Jade wins.
Ah.
Round 2.
Almost got her. Oh, you dodged it, you punk. There we go. So he's got a high and low throw. Ah, she got me. You don't do a fatality. Okay. So let's see how the console versions compare, shall we? So now we go... Oh, okay, so we just have Mortal Kombat. So we don't actually have... So we've got Mortal Kombat 3, Mortal Kombat 3. So it's not Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, the console versions. Oh, okay, yeah, here we go. Okay, yeah. They split it up. Oh, right, yeah. Okay, they had that extra. Yeah, I want to go into this one, this WaveNet version. Like, obviously... Yeah, so downloading. Okay, so yeah, it kind of just seems like the same thing, but just has online. Yeah, so it's telling me it doesn't have network stuff, but okay, yeah, so it's basically just the same thing. Okay. So again, I'm not going to go into the details of that, but that's a cool thing to include just for historical. There may be some balance changes. Again, I'm not super hardcore into this stuff. So let's check out Ultimate for the, what is this, the Genesis version? No, Super Nintendo. A friend of mine had this one, and I remember it was really hard. I don't think I ever beat it. Because I'd get to, I think it was Mutaro, and just got absolutely massacred. And I remember, no, I did get to Shao Kahn. He was super cheap. Again, listening for stereo audio. Oh, it doesn't even say Sub-Zero. Okay. Wow, that is muffled. You have the speech, but it is very compressed. Got your ladder.
Round 1. Fight.
Okay, we froze him. Yeah, the sound effects are good, but the voices are very compressed. Oh, geez. Very compressed. No. Hey, cool it, lady, would ya? And by cool it, I mean I'm going to freeze you and uppercut you. Yeah, it doesn't even say Sub-Zero wins. That's kind of disappointing. Actually, this one does seem to have stereo, though. I think, because when I freeze her, and then you hear it on the right side more. So this one does have a little bit more. It's not perfect, but it is more separation than the other games have had. There we go. At least, hey, I won a match. So there is your presentation. So that's good. At least has a little bit more stereo separation. I like that. And it responds reasonably well. So that's good. All right. So what do we got now? We have the PlayStation Mortal Kombat Trilogy. I did skip over the Genesis and Super Nintendo version of the regular Mortal Kombat 3 just for sake of the video, because we got a few more games to go yet, you guys. So Trilogy, basically, it almost reminded me of like a hack for Mortal Kombat, because they just dumped everything into these games. You know, you had your animalities, babalities, fatalities. You had like every character in the series so far. And one thing that I know that they did in this Digital Eclipse collection for this, especially for if you play as Shang Tsung, it got rid of the loading times that you would have. Like if you swapped, you changed into a different character. Yeah, look at all those characters, man. Yeah, that's pretty crisp. He sounds a little bit different though. Like he's not quite as he doesn't sound quite as deep as. Oh, I thought, did they change his Sub-Zero ice ball? Oh, no, I did it there. It just didn't register. Okay. Well, I got my butt kicked. There we go. I was going to trip you. Uh-oh. I should have just kept doing what's working. Because you got to cheese these guys. Okay. Seems to play well enough. You can tell little sections where there's still like a little bit of loading emulation or whatever. Like you can tell like where the thing would load. But I mean, this is going to be a lot more responsive. You know, I'm not even playing this on an SSD. I'm playing it on... Do I have a run? Oh, I do have a run in this. Yeah, that's right. Yes, into the spikes. Oh, or the blades. The spinning blade. Okay, well, hey, you got to see another fatality. Very nice and gruesome. So that's Mortal Kombat Trilogy. You've got a ton of, like I said, every character under the sun. Oh, wait, let me do one more round because I want to see... I wasn't paying attention to the stereo. Sure. Noob Saibot. John Tobias, or Boone and Tobias, by the way, for those who don't know. So, let's listen. I have no idea what... whoa, how the hell did I do that? No, this is pretty mono still, I think. I think Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 had better audio. I mean, it's decent audio, but there's not separation, so if you're really expecting that, unfortunately, doesn't look like that is the case. It is so cool to have all of these in really good emulation in one place, because we had... I think I even covered one of the Mortal Kombat collections That was like the first, I think, 3 games on Steam, and that was not emulated super well. It even got discontinued, so you couldn't buy it anymore. Okay, now we're going to get into the stuff that's truly unique here. So now we get Mortal Kombat Sub-Zero. I played the N64 version of this, freaking hated it. And then I learned later that the PlayStation version actually had cutscenes. Remember, cartridges, they didn't have the room for FMV. So I'm dying to see this. Okay, this is an actual official Midway gig. I miss Midway, man. They made so many great arcade games, and even in the 2000s, like Area 51, and I think they did like The Suffering. They had a few really good console games in like the original Xbox days. Oh, this game. You want to watch somebody play all the way through it, watch the Giant Bomb Blight Club. That was entertaining. Okay, we got movies here. Let's see what this is. I gotta check this out. Loading. Wait, what? I thought we got cutscenes. What the hell? Did I skip them by accident? Okay, so the weird thing about this is you always face in the whatever direction, and there's a button. How do I flip? Okay, left trigger flips. Because you can have, like, you're not just fighting one dude at a time. You're fighting minions, and then when you get to a certain point, you get... Okay, right is... Hold on. Okay, right... Oh, no. Okay. And you have to unlock moves. Like, you don't have your moves right away. Like your freeze and stuff. I think you have to unlock them, which is stupid. So yeah, if I hold right trigger, I can run in whatever direction. Up is jump. And there's crushers at some point here too, I remember. So these are just regular scrub dudes that you kill. Ah, come on. And now I died. Okay, I guess we're starting all the way here. Oh, okay, you've respawned. Okay, he's dead. Okay, I can run. So how do I know? Okay, there's the crusher. Okay. I still got hurt. Fuck. Well, at least I got... Okay. I beat that room. I kind of want to reset and go into this again because I want to see... I swear there was cutscenes. Maybe it's not at the, when you hit start. Maybe it's before. Maybe the cutscene is before you get to the main menu, and I just skipped everything. Right. So now I think I get hurt if. Oh, dude, I gotta fight back. What? I gotta fight this dude back here again. Where'd you come from, you dingnut? So I have to. Right, if I would get hurt and die if I didn't land on that little overhang. I remember that. So right now, okay, I can switch. Oh god, having to switch directions. This feels a little bit more natural to play. I don't know, on the Xbox controller. N64, yeah, okay, I died. Okay, at least I start here. But I think you have limited lives, too. Ouch. I wanted to try to get to like an actual fight, because I think you start out and you fight Scorpion at the end of this or something. And the second level is a bunch of grade A horse shit, because there's all about platforming, and there's like these little platforms that you're on, and it's sometimes really hard to tell like what the heck like the collision on when you're gonna land and when you're not. Like you almost have to land in between. It's hard to explain, but it is not pretty. Okay, did I kill him? Okay, I think we're gonna have, yeah, okay, yeah. God, oh, I bounced between them and got murdered. And now I have to start all over. Oh, okay, I only have to start here. But again, we have so many other games. Like I said, we got these portable games I got to get through yet. And also, yeah, I want to... Let me go into this one more time, and I'm just going to let it sit here, because I want to see if we get a cutscene. I told you this is going to be a long one, but again, this is a collection, and you know, I want to show you guys most of the games. You know, I skipped a couple of the Mortal Kombat 3s, but so do I have to hit something here, or nope, it's fading. Okay.
Thousands of years
Here we go.
the Earth was devastated by a battle between the gods. It was a war between good and evil. A war that would decide the fate of the world and plunge it into centuries of darkness.
That is so low res.
Now, the war is in danger of being fought once again. Only one mortal can stop it.
I think the original plan was they wanted to do different mythologies games. Like maybe you would have one through, you know, we started out with Sub-Zero, but it flopped so hard. Oh, that was it? I thought there was more. Let me hit A real quick. Huh, I thought there was more. Yeah, we saw this last time. I thought there was more. Maybe I was wrong. But I know there are other cutscenes. Yeah, okay, so then we just load and we start. Okay, yeah, so we're not doing that again. I remember, yeah, I rented this one time, absolutely hated it. To the point where, like, I saw it dirt cheap at the store. I'm like, I could buy this, but no. So now we have Mortal Kombat 4, the first 3D Mortal Kombat, and we move from digitized sprites of actors to polygons. I had the N64 version of this. I was so hyped for this. This was when I was in college, and I remember even at the beginning, like, it was a Blockbuster rental before you could buy it, and my girlfriend at the time, she was going to come visit me, and so I had her, like, on the way rent it for me. So we got Raiden here. Yeah, Shinnok. This is a whole new character. So this one had a lot of like one-off characters. I don't remember if all of them came back very often. Like Tanya, Kai. I'm trying to remember. There was a few. Yeah, Midway. Okay, so. Oh, and then Quan Chi. Oh man, you know what I kind of want to do? Hang on. I want to go into the option. Well, no, I'm not going to waste time doing that. I was going to go into the options so I could automatically do fatalities. I wanted to do his leg rip and where he beats somebody else, beats the other guy to death with his own leg. That was funny. I used to be really good at this game on the N64. I get used against my friends. Trying to figure out how to pick up the... So, the other thing this game had is there's items on the ground, and is it the run? There's a skull right there, and I can't figure out how to pick it up. You had to throw, you had to run, or you had to grab. I remember that. Oh god. All these sound effects are coming back to me now. Yeah, I got to figure out some of the controls as far as like picking up items. The other thing that this had is you had special moves to where you could pull out. Yeah, see, he just pulled out a weapon, and if I beat the piss out of him enough, he'll drop it. Then I can pick up his weapon too, and I have weapons too. But I haven't figured out what the grab button is yet for that yet. Ooh, he beat me that time. This plays pretty well, actually. Now, there is one thing I do have to check. Okay, this one in particular, I keep wanting to say Night Dive, Digital Eclipse. It's probably under screens, screen options. There's a screen mode filter. Maybe not. What is that under? Is it under advanced, controls, save, load, reset, quit, advanced, on screen? Maybe it's under, because there's a thing where you can, okay, move list, rewind, timer, fatality timer, rendering scale. Here we go. This is what I was looking for. So if I go to 4x, because this is polygonal, you can actually crisp it up and make it look more like the Dreamcast. Play as meat, alternate outfits, and I don't know. Yeah, I gotta look up. See, move list, rewind, resume, on screen. So, oh right, this is the arcade version, duh, so it wouldn't have that. I know in the N64 version, you had to go into the options menu, and I forget what option it was. You had to arrow to a very specific option, and then you would hold the run and the throw button together for like 5 seconds, and it would go, and then you would unlock a cheat menu where you could like instantly do fatalities, or it had a whole bunch of other like cheat menus and stuff in there. Okay. Yeah, see, I'm thrown off because I was in the main. Oh, okay, so he just beats the crap out of me with his weapon. Nah. Yeah, the falling. Okay. Let's do
Scorpion.
So I'm trying to remember. This is where I think they changed. Dude, Raiden, cut the shit. I'm trying to figure out. I would totally learn to play this again. I would love to get back into MK4. This was an underappreciated game. Like, people just dismissed it because it was 3D and it didn't have the digitized actors, and I thought it still plays like a 2D game largely, but Yeah, I mean, I like this little upscaling. I think this looks all right. I just want him to do no fatalities. But there's a little bit of MK4. Now we get into the real stuff. Let's see, we have a PlayStation version of it, I think, right? Oh, Mortal Kombat Special Forces for PlayStation. I have never played this before. This is one I missed. And I wish they would have included Shaolin Monks, because that was another one that was actually good that I heard about. It was, again, it wasn't a fighting game. It was more of like a third-person kind of beat-em-up platformer action game. But this one is supposed to be very bad. So we got Jax here. Wow, this is cheeseball heaven right here. Just like dance moves and like I don't even know how to describe what I'm seeing here. You got like all sorts of like filters and comic book panels and this wonderfully cheesy, I don't even know what you would call this genre of music, but this is kind of glorious in a very cheesy way. Long too, apparently. Okay, I need to see just what in the hell we're getting into here. Okay, we got a wanted Kano, I think it said. Yeah, full cutscene here. Bunch of dudes. I love how serious this is trying to be. Yeah, like I said, Shaolin Monks got good reviews from what I remember. Mid to good reviews. But this one I got panned all over the place, I think. This is notoriously bad.
Jax, we have an urgent situation that demands your attention.
Okay.
What's the problem, Gemini?
We have a breakout at the Special Forces Maximum Security Facility. A group of highly dangerous superhuman criminals has escaped the compound and are at large. The list of escaped prisoners is as follows. No-Face, Tazia, Jarek, and Trimmer.
Oh, Jarek. He was in
They
MK4.
apparently are hiding out in an abandoned warehouse on the south side of town. There's something else you should know. The prisoners received help from an outside source.
It has to be Kano.
You guessed it.
Gemini, tell operations ETA 60 seconds to the warehouse. Inform Lieutenant Sanchez not to infiltrate the warehouse until my arrival.
Affirmative. Oh wait, hold up, Jax. I have a transmission coming in from Lieutenant Sanchez. I'll patch it through.
Jax, we have just arrived at the location and we are awaiting your orders. Wait a minute. What the? It's a trap. Let's get that.
Okay. Okay, things did not go well. We got some fires and dead people.
Kano, you're gonna pay for this.
Okay, so all right, third person. Okay, so I've got a punch. I got a kick. I got another, is that a, okay, so I've got two punches and kicks. Okay. Triggers don't do anything. Oh, whoa, what the hell? Okay, left bumper goes into like a first person view. Oh, that's trippy. So, oh no. And I don't know if, like, I have, like, special moves yet, or if I have to earn them. These guys are not going down. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Okay, he knocked me down. Okay, this is something. Dude, okay, how do I block? Can I block? About time, okay. Okay, right bumper seems to, okay, that might be a block, okay. And then right trigger doesn't seem to do anything. And my health is about half. I was going to say my health is shit. But it... Wow, this is muddy. Ah, come on, man. I just feel like we're trading blows. Okay, we killed him. Didn't lose too much more health, but... Oh. AAY. Okay, so that's a combo. Okay. Part of me, I mean... You'll have to let me know. I mean, I might do a separate spotlight video just on this because, you know, this is a game that you can't, like, it's going to take a little time. It's not just a fighting game. It's, you know, an actual adventure type of thing. Okay, A button opens doors. Hey! Oh no. I wish I had a... I don't think I have, like, a dodge. Wow, those guys went down a lot quicker. How did I get healed? How did I get healed? Oh, geez, okay, there's another dude. Why? Come on. You punk ass. Come here. Okay, he's dead. It kind of has this, like, almost like Metal Gear Solid 1, slightly overhead, slightly sort of isometric, or, well, isometric is more diagonal, but it's kind of got this, like, stilted, or like, not stilted, but I'm trying to think of the word. Oh, that's a fantastic camera angle game. Blocked me with the crate there. Okay, I really gotta, okay, Dude! Huh. Yeah, so let's see if I start. I'm just trying to see if there's any, like, control. Yeah. If I hit... Oh, what's this? Items and weapons? Oh, interesting. Combat experience. What does that do? Okay, yeah. So there, I mean, there is a little bit of depth here. Or at least, you know, there are some, I would say, some mechanics and then messages. Okay, so you got your little codec. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to devote much more time to this. You can kind of see what type of game it is. I do at least want to play this a little bit more to see if it's sort of as bad as people say it is. So let's go ahead and quit this. And now we will go into, here we go, Mortal Kombat Advance. Should I have picked this up on the Game Boy Advance back in the day? Let's see how well this looks and plays. Midway. Okay. More logos. MKA, alright. Oh wow, there's a lot of dudes here.
Sub-Zero.
Okay, pretty clear audio.
Excellent.
I mean, it's a little scratchy, but...
Scorpion.
Yeah, I died on that one.
Fight.
There, okay, I did the special move, so... Yeah, come on, be cheap, Scorpion. Oh, I keep hitting the wrong buttons because I'm used to having B be the...
Scorpion wins.
Yeah, this seems to largely be based off of MK3. Yeah, I did terrible that match. Let's do one more character.
Liu Kang. Fight. Get over here. Get over here.
Damn it! Come on, dude. It's I mean, it's a little bit input laggy, and the buttons don't seem to be quite the way that I would think they would.
Fight.
Because back and kick is just doing... I wonder if L and R have something to do with it. That's why. Yeah, I have to figure out the controls. Because what I would think would be, like, you know, your down toward punch for Sub-Zero, even your back kick for leg sweeps, it seems okay as far as responsiveness goes, but just the moves, I have to figure out the actual how they map the controls to different things. But I mean, it's you know, it is what it is. It seems okay. I mean, I might give it a little bit more time just to see. We got 2 more to go here. We have, oh, Deadly Alliance. Right. The GBA version. It's kind of neat that they put that on here. Midway. Okay, you choose language. Got a text scroll. Okay. Oh, creating a profile. Okay, that's interesting. I will be J. Okay. Okay, what am I... Yeah, J. No, I don't want to create a profile. I want to load. Okay, stats. Load profile. Oh, okay. So some of the buttons, like it was weird. You had to hit a different button than I thought you did. That's what was confusing me. Yeah, these have got their whole new looks about them. This is... Oh, this is framey. Oh, boy. Oh, okay, I got a weapon. Okay. I gotta look at something here. I wonder if there's a filter on this, because this seems really sort of muddy. Screen options, filter. Yeah, turn that shit off. Looks terrible. There we go. Okay. No, well, it still is really washed out, kinda. And it does seem mono. There we go. Hey, I won a round. It's reasonably responsive, actually. Huh. I mean, yes, it is very framey in a way. But... audio is actually surprisingly clear. Usually, I would think that especially the voices would be more compressed than they are. I have no idea what the... Huh. Okay, I'm kind of curious what they do with this. So, yeah, it just goes on to our next round. I mean, for a 3D environment and everything, this performs better than I kind of expected it to, really. Now, granted, I haven't looked up the move list, but I like my blade here. But there you go. That is a look at, was it Deadly Alliance for the Game Boy Advance. One more to go, guys. The marathon is almost complete. I wonder how long I've been recording. Mortal Kombat. Oh, right. Tournament Edition. So this, I think, is another one that might be based off of MK3-ish? I don't know. I didn't follow the Mortal Kombat games on Game Boy Advance as much. Okay, so we got English. Okay, that's some nice little sound effects there. Okay, so we got to create a profile again. That's so weird. Okay, and then I can hit... There we go, we hit X. So now that I figured that out, okay, so now... Arcade... Oh no, I don't know what this is based on. What console game this is based from, but yeah, I mean, it's very similar to Deadly Alliance. Is this based on, Deception? Or was it Armageddon was the other one, I think? Those are the trilogy on like the PS2 era. Okay, well, I don't know what you're doing there, Raiden, but... Oh, okay, that's his little lightning thing. Okay, I see. I'm trying to figure out how to... Damn it, I want to do his dash. Still won. I just have to go look at the move list. But again, for the sake of the video, I don't want to slow things down. Okay, I did like a little charge there. Wasn't his bullet attack, but... Zolt him. There we go. So I've learned a couple of special moves. Oh, there we go. Somehow we got a weapon out here. Okay. So yeah, pretty similar to Deadly Alliance as far as like presentation style and everything. Oh, okay. Was that Quan Chi? I mean, again, you can see like there's a little bit of... Okay, there's a fair bit of choppiness to it. But it still responds reasonably enough. You know, I've had games respond far worse. So that is where we are going to wrap it up, guys. I think, like I said, I didn't go into detail on the training mode. I showed you a brief fatality trainer. Again, there is so much to this. Yes, I know people are complaining about lack of certain internet options, but again, I'm in this for the preservation. I'm in this for... I'm glad to have all these versions of the games, is even the ones that are terrible, like the original Game Boy Mortal Kombat. But, you know, I want to see Digital Eclipse's museum history treatment that they've done with these games thus far. And after I'm done recording this video, I am definitely going to dive into that, because that's what I'm really, really looking forward to. I do hope that they add accessibility post-launch. Again, if you were interested in this game, I would, you know, reach out, be polite, be constructive, but say, hey, you know, we are longtime fans of this series, of this franchise. We would love for this to add, you know, even for you to add menu narration so we can navigate through the games. Ideally, being able to navigate through the move lists and training modes would be great as well, especially like, you know, yes, you can display the button prompts as you're playing, but you can literally pause the game, you can hit escape, and you can go to the move lists and go to the moves that way. So if they supported text-to-speech, they could make it work that way. So, you know, again, if they hear from a bunch of blind people, a bunch of people with low vision, maybe they'll be inclined to take it a little bit more seriously. Again, huge shout out to Rattlehead and anyone else who has reached out. I will reach out to them. This is a hell of a collection. As you can tell, it took me a long time to get through this video. And this is just a spotlight. I didn't even devote hardly any time to each of the games. But that's what we got here. Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection out on everything now. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give it a like if you did. Follow me on Twitter at BGFH79. Blue Sky at Illegally Cited, illegally-cited.com, and of course right here on YouTube. Until next time, I will chat with everybody again later.